Barry Davies checking from the Stadio Comunale here in Bologna. We've just had the Italian national anthem. We're waiting for the English national anthem to be played. Indeed, Frank, they're in such a happy frame of mind. They walked into this Stadio Comunale singing the English hymn of soccer, You'll Never Walk Alone. We've got a lovely warm afternoon here. We're looking at the Blackpool team warming up, and this indeed is the side that they've got to compete against this afternoon, the fifth side in the Italian league, the team from Bologna, and that's their captain just over on the left, Janic. It's a lovely afternoon. It's warm, perhaps a little bit too warm for the Blackpool players. And the sun is coming over the stand behind us. There's a slight breeze blowing right to left down this superb pitch, which really looks like a newly ironed snooker table. There are the Austrian officials. The referee is Paul Schiller. We've seen quite a lot in European football in England. Indeed, he refereed the game between Chelsea and Sofia back in November. Let's now have a look at the Blackpool lineup that will be representing Blackpool and indeed England this afternoon. They're very conscious of that fact, this young Blackpool team. Indeed, in that lineup, two teenagers, Alan Ainscough, who's yet to play in a league match. He won't be 18 until next Tuesday. And John Burridge, who's 19 years old and in less than 2 months has come from Workington Reserves to a European final. Hutchinson has scored 3 goals, is their top scorer in the competition. And Tony Green there wearing the number 8. I imagine he's going to be watched by more than one manager back in England this afternoon. The referee and the two linesmen waiting for the two skippers to come up, so far being surrounded by cameramen. And that's the Bologna side. Let's have a check on the Bologna side, which has in fact 4 full internationals and 5 who've represented Italy at under-23 level. The odd men out are Scala, who's only 21 and has come in for the injured captain, Giacomo Bulgarelli, a World Cup player of 1966, who's certainly going to be missed by Bologna, and the other uncapped player is their outside left, Pace. The Blackpool side that we're looking at, wearing their usual tangerine shorts, but white shirts, which would help them in terms of the heat, which perhaps, as I said, is a little bit stronger than they would have liked. Most of the crowd are in their shirt sleeves, and we've got a good crowd here for this final. Really, the atmosphere as the two teams were presented to the various officials from the two leagues before the match was very much similar to Wembley, and Blackpool won't mind that, because they were saying last night that this is the biggest day they've had since the Wembley final of 1953. They're very conscious that not only do they represent themselves this afternoon, but they intend not only to do Blackpool proud, but also do England proud and hang on to the trophy that was won last year by Swindon Town. There's some of the crowd, and you can see the effect of the sun. Quite a few people wearing hats, and of course, as usual in Italy, a lot of flags. I would tell you that there is some support for Blackpool. There were quite a few fans outside the ground before the match chanting the names of Bob Stoker and various members of the team. Bob Stoker, of course, the manager of Blackpool. And this tournament has given him a great chance to get his team together. He took over a little bit too late to save them from going down to the second division, but this tournament has done a world of good for their confidence. There are the two skippers, John Craven on the left of Blackpool, and on the right, Janic of Bologna. All the officials come from Austria, Paul Schiller, the referee, and the two linesmen, Mr. Haslinger and Mr. Kohler. The sun is going to be a little bit of a problem for goalkeepers taking crosses. The ball hit from our side as we're looking from the main stand in the Stadio Comunale, which is quite an old stadium, but really a very lovely, very beautiful one in this city in Italy, one of the gastronomic centres of Northern Europe. And believe me, if you go to have a snack here, you end up having about 5 courses. We're looking at all the Blackpool team. That was the look at Dave Hatton there. And Terry Alcott, with his hands on his hips, who's taken over in the middle with Glyn James being unfit. But it's going to be Bologna, who finished 5th in the Italian league last season, to kick off wearing the dark shorts and what are in fact red shirts. Referee Paul Schiller checking with his linesmen, and so Blackpool have their wind at the back as we go off on this Anglo-Italian Cup Final. Blackpool trying to emulate the feat of Swindon Town last season. Hatton, the skipper, John Craven. This is Peter Sotheby. Bill Bentley. Blackpool intending to try all they can, no question of sitting on it. They're going to play as they've been playing in this tournament, and they've done so successfully. Bentley with the cross, but getting it behind the goal and getting a few whistles predictably from the crowd. You'll notice in the goal mouth there, the actual area in the 6-yard area in front of the goal line is full of sand. They've dug out the turf and put sand there for Vavasori, the goalkeeper we're looking at this end, and young John Burridge at the other. Vavasori, one of the full internationals in the team. Sotheby trying to get there. Savoldi. Tony Green being beaten out of it, and Savoldi is offside. Really offside, Savoldi, the number 9 of Bologna. Terry Alcock with the free kick to Alan Suddick. Ainscough not really getting a chance to get the ball at all. Green. 7 on the far side is Mickey Burns. And it's Tracy who gets in the clearance for Bologna. Suddick. Bentley. And Roversi coming into the shadow formed by the main stand here at the stadium in Bologna to take the throw. Rizzo. Roversi. Scala moving away to his left. Savoldi is down the park. This is Pace. Up comes Gregori. First Bologna attack. They've got players on the far post. Comes to Parani. The shot there by Savoldi, which was blocked. And the first score of the match to the Italians. Taken by Parani. Playing it a long way away to Rizzo. This is Scala. Hutchinson there to help out his defence. So indeed is John Craven, the skipper. Calming it all down and giving John Burridge a feel of the ball. Bentley. Peter Sotheby. Alan Suddick operating in midfield with Hutchison and with Tony Green. Burns and Ains go up on this attack, and also Bentley to the left. Gregori taking him on, and Hutchison getting the better of it. And it's Janic who has to come back, and it's a throw. Hutchison taking it to Green. And Blackpool have replied in like kind. They have also got a corner, which Hutchison will take. Tom Hutchison, who came to them from Alloa Athletic. Most of the players outside the 6-yard box. Flicked on by Burns. It was a good flick too. Got away by Fideli. Hutchison. Burns in the box. 3 or 4 over on the far side. This is Tony Green. Couldn't really get a shot in. And a nice piece of play by Cresci. Blackpool doing a lot of pressing in this opening stages. Good overlapping by Hatton. And Cresci conceding the corner. Hutchison again going out to take it. And John Craven, who's been playing deep for the opening moments of the match, is coming up into the 18-yard box. And going for it now, running to Green. Pace back. 18 is Scala. And it's a Blackpool throw. Nicola giving the decision the English team's way. Alan Suddick. Burns is offside. Well, with me in the box watching this match is Tony Waddington, the manager of Stoke City, who on the ordinary system of play would have qualified for this final had points not counted for goals. So for his impressions of the opening minutes, a comment from Tony Waddington.
Oh, extremely encouraging, I think, Barry, because the early signs are that there's going to be some attacking anyway, because the thing about this game is not so much goals, but the result. The whole idea behind this competition, obviously, are goals, goals, goals. But today, it's the result that matters. But the early signs are encouraging. It seems as if both teams are going to attack, and this is what we want.
Pache and Hatton, neither needing to play the Blackpool throw. Cressy again a bit quicker than Ainsko. Ainsko waiting for it to come. Cressy going in quickly. A bit of a hospital ball back to Hatton. This is Savoldi. A nice ball up to Scala. Pache up on the attack, so is Savoldi. Gregori calling for it wide, and Sadik having to make height, and he did. Gregori with the throw to Perani. Was allowed to get there a little bit. Headed out by John Craven, that was back there. The shot from Scala. Farage killing any possibility of a bad bounce. Well, there are not likely to be many bad bounces on this beautiful pitch. Bill Bentley. Green. Hutchison. Bentley. Burns coming out to the left touchline. Sadik in the inside left position. Looking for Sadik. The ball made to do the work nicely by Fideli. Bentley. Peter Sotheby. Hutchison. Ainsko forward. 5 other players in the line across the park for Blackpool. This is Burns. Not a bad idea. There was a half gap there. Hutchison. Looking for John Craven, who got the header, but comfortably taken by Vavassori. Rizzo. Fideli. Pache coming out this side. Fideli, but Rizzo underneath his boots, straight to John Craven. Never seen John Craven play quite so deep as he's playing at the moment. Rather settled into the number 9 shirt, but he's playing deep in this match so far. This is Ainsko. Gregori. The Bologna ball. Pache. Bentley getting in the header. Sotheby with a little bit of room for the clearance. Finding Alcock. Burns and Hatton giving the attack width, moving up from full-back. Well, he started to go and then thought about it again, and really it cost him the chance of making the extra man on the far side. Perani. Alcock. Sadik. Being given the room to boss things in midfield at the moment, Alan Sadik. Hutchison didn't quite come off. Fideli got the touch. Rizzo. Handball. Rizzo quickly with the free kick to Fideli and getting it back again. Perani making a run. Well seen by Sotheby. Bentley with 3 players forward for Blackpool. Sadik. Nice play between these two, but that's a bit tight. A good tackle by Gregori. Tom Hutchison with a throw. That might be fairly long. Finds Burns. Beaten by Roversi. Ten minutes of the match gone and no score. But as Tony Waddington said, both sides happy to attack. This is Pache. Gregori. Scala over on the far side having to chase and no hope of catching. Bologna, who come to this final unbeaten with a total of 16 points, having won 3 matches, drawn 1 and scored 9 goals. Blackpool had 15 points, having won 2, drawn 1 and lost 1 and scored 10 goals. Green moving with Scala. Cresci. Berani. Used to be a winger when he came to England in the World Cup of '66, but has since gone to midfield, and that's one of the best balls of the game to Savoldi. Burridge off his line and grabs it. But certainly that was the best pass of the game we've seen so far, hit by Berani to Savoldi. You won't see many better passes than that one, Tony.
It wasn't so much the pass that was made, it was the timing of the running off the ball, really, that made it. He checked, number 9 checked just long enough for the pass to be made, kept himself on side and burst through completely on his own.
And Savoldi is a man who scored 15 goals in the Italian League last season, which is exactly half the total that his team got. Sotheby struggling a little bit with Savoldi, but Savoldi adjudged to have fouled him. And although he's going on, it counts for nothing. Whistle had gone ages before for a bit of pushing by Savoldi on Sotheby. Sadik. Sadik again. Tony Green. Hutchison there to help him out. Burns just ahead. Ainscough is moving to the far post. They can switch it. They've got a man over on the left who is Bentley, coming in number 15. Well, that either looks great or looks terrible. Unfortunately for Bentley, on that occasion looked terrible, but he's got himself into a good position, and Bologna hadn't seen him. So Alcock with the clearance, going harmlessly up the other end of Avasori. Keeps it in play. I'm sure he wouldn't have done it had it been an Italian League match. That would have been a bit more time wasted. Seven is Berani. And the free kick given to Bologna. Gregori short to Berani. Sadik saw that one all the way. John Craven. Green. Blackpool playing with 2 up. Ainscough and Burns. Must be a free kick, that by Rizzo, against Rizzo. Foul on Tony Green, number 8. 11 there is Pace. 9 moving forward is John Craven. Hutchison trying to pace it to Hatton, just making it. The Bologna defence not looking at its best then. The centre back and the sweeper have both been pulled out to the left. Tracy just banging it away, but the free kick given to Bologna. I don't know whether somebody crept offside or was a bit of pushing. What I do know is that Janic has pinched about 10 yards on it. The Blackpool players getting in each other's way, giving a chance for Rizzo. Good tackle, John Craven. Doing a very effective job, John Craven, playing between the midfield players and the back and then popping up in front of the midfield players in the front too. That was given away. Sadik. Cool as you like. Sotheby to Craven. Burns moving out to the left, taking Roversi with him. 15 minutes of the match gone, no score. Pachi had come back with Bentley. Perani. Scala. Savoldi's down the middle, watched by Sotheby. Savoldi's still waiting in the middle. Blackpool have got a line of 5 back then. But Savoldi chases everything and did well to collect that off Alcock, who was sleeping a little. Hutchison. Green. Nice running, nice return ball for Green. Not much room in which to cross it, but he gets the corner off Janic. Janic, who came for the World Cup in '66. Tony Green, who had such a good game for Scotland against England at Wembley in the Home International Championship. Peter Sotheby's come up for this corner. Going for it, 6. And Burns just failing to make contact, but brave goalkeeping by Vavasori. Burns being told by Mr. Schiller to keep his feet down a bit, but he had to have a go at that. Bentley, of course, is a former Stoke City player. Hutchison, he may not be able to play first time, but it certainly was second. Right in front of the Blackpool training bench is Rizzo. Came off the referee. Perani, in comes Pachi, Sotheby across. And little Ainsko helping him out. Great appeal for a free kick, but it was 6 to 1, half a dozen of the other in my book. John Craven. Green. Tracy, who came across, and Green hurt down by the running track. They're on his feet again. Suddick. Took that well, did Tony Green. Burns calling for it wide of the penalty spot. Oh, that was a meeting of beef. That's Craven up there. Good save by the goalkeeper, but a good header by John Craven. Really is having a very intelligent game, John Craven. Savoldi wide to the left, but needed to be the other side of the running track to collect that. Sotheby. Dave Hatton, Blackpool having left 3 at the back, now 2 with Sotheby thinking about moving forward, but Hutchison losing control. Vavasori, who will be 37 in September. Perani, Sotheby, Burns, Craven, Ainsko. Hatton. Craven taking over, bursting through the gap well. Burns. Second Burns had pulled that across with the sole of his foot, but he was upended a bit at the end and a bit late too. Burns, the player who's gone down. The referee having a look at him.
One of the problems of this competition has been, of course, to change the attitude of the players. They've been conditioned for years. Obviously they want to win, but they certainly don't want to lose. And to try to change their attitude towards the game has been the biggest problem. To get them to attack and forget about winning, scoring goals has been the important thing. Now what's drifting into this game at the moment is this, that the Italian players are more conditioned than we are. We are preaching the gospel, but they're not quite accepting it. We've now got a midfield sort of nothing really happening at the moment, because the Italian players are now drifting back into their usual rhythm, and of course the Blackpool players are attacking and getting nowhere because they're playing against a mass defence.
20 minutes of the match gone. Vavasori finally to take the goal kick. Burns is okay again, and they wouldn't let Lengray and the trainer come on. That hasn't helped it any. That was that foot that he hurt. Pace. Fideli. Ferrari. Alan Sadiq, certainly working for his living. David Hatton. Alcock. Burns seems to have got both legs back. He obviously thought that he had more room than he had. Pace and Sadabi. Pace finding Rizzo. Moved on for the return. Sadabi inadvertently helped him out, and a good first-time shot, well saved by Burridge. Pace certainly got hold of that. He was helped a bit by Sadabi's header. Sadiq. Shoulder to shoulder from Craven and Krejci. Bologna ball. Roversi back to Vavasori. Scala. Gregori. Ferrani. Pace. Bentley close to. Roversi forming an overlap, took two Blackpool players with him, and the pass wasn't made to him. Savoldi again. Got a bit of a ricochet and was spinning a bit. Burridge took it comfortably. The bag clearance to Scala, who's got a lot of responsibility this afternoon, Scala, with Bulgarelli being out of the side. Hurt his knee in the game against Huddersfield. That's the Italian trainer's bench, with two little huts. Pace. Gregori. Krejci. Tony Green in there hard, but he didn't make it. Savoldi waiting in the middle. Alcock just simply pushing it away. Ferrani from Scala. That's the lanes go back there. Sadiq. Burns to his left. John Craven over to his right. The nice pass got between the two. And it was the right idea too, but Sadiq wasn't far enough forward for the square ball. Hutchison. Craven. He's got a deflection off a Bologna player. It's a corner to Blackpool. Burns to take it, to cut it in. Terry Alcock up on the far side, it'll take Craven! Just had a first time dig and he didn't really get it where he wanted. I think probably off the toe. John Craven, who's taken over as captain of Blackpool now that Jimmy Armfield has gone as manager of Bolton. Giuseppe Vavasori, the goalkeeper, won his one cap as a substitute against England. Well, let in 3 goals, Jerry Hitchens getting 2 and Jimmy Greaves getting the winner, which was a mistake by the goalkeeper Vavasori. That was back in 1961. Score here in the Anglo-Italian Cup Final of 1971 at the moment, 0-0. Tony Green. Taking on Ferrani. Roversi who got it away. Gregori. Fideli. Scala. Gregori with 20 minutes of the first half remaining. Referee let that one run, although Sadiq had in fact handled it. Green. Sun shining very brightly. Green having a good go. The goalkeeper really had to kill that because John Craven was coming in. Out of play. Alcott for Blackpool. Bar the back four and the goalkeeper. Everybody now in the Bologna half. Ainscough collecting a ball that he really had no right to get. Hatton. Burns waiting in the middle. Green is there as well. This is Craven. Back again for Barari, the linesman letting it go. And Alcock clearing the lines of Blackpool. Must have been pretty close to an offside decision, that. Green beating the referee. And Rizzo, but Rizzo simply dropped back. Sotheby. Hatton. Sadik on this side. 5 possibilities. Craven there, Burns there, Hutchison wide on the far side. Really needed the first time ball back, but it's a corner. Second of the half to Blackpool. Hutchison to take it. 18 there is Scala. Burns in the 6-yard box. Craven and Alcock just outside. It's another corner. I doubt if Scala was 10 yards off the ball. Ravesti and Gregori getting in each other's way. Ainsko. Pache. Hatton has really got to cut this out. They pull back players now, Blackpool. Bologna was just 3 up. Was a moment then when they had a man over. Pache got Scala coming close. Playing it instead to Rizzo. Ferrani is square across to the right, that's where the pass was intended. Sotheby, Hutchison. Need to up their pace a bit, Blackpool, when they get this ball in midfield. It's taking too long to get forward. Craven. Sadik forming an extra man on the right there. Beginning to use Sadik a bit on this flank. Crossed on the near post, but a bit too close to Vavasori. 1 against 1. Sotheby equal to it. Ainsko. Gregori. Sort of pushing in the back by Hatton. And the free kick given in fact for handball, which was as a result of the push in the back. Pache, way across to Fedeli. Ferrani. Must be a free kick for the charge on Rizzo by Mickey Burns. Blackpool pulling everybody back. Sadik, the player to the left, making sure that Barrage can see. 5-man ball, Mickey Burns putting them forward a bit, and they're about to be sent back. Rizzo on the ball, Pirani number 7 just to his left. Cresci further over with space. Not really a very good shot. Goal kick. Italians protesting, it came off Sotheby, but I suspect it also came off the Italian player forward, who was Savoldi. And Blackpool with half an hour to change the pattern and the face of the game. Hutchison. Dennis Swan has gone to sit down again, but they really need a little bit of new oil in the engine. Bentley to take the throw. Green looking for somebody, having to pass it backwards to Bentley. Sadik. Pass intended for Bentley. Hatton. Craven. Back again for Craven! Oh, what a beautifully taken goal. We looked at the linesman on this side because that was close, but Craven took it well, and the linesman held his flag down. But really a nicely worked move. Craven out on the right. and he took it very well with the left foot first time to poke it in the far corner and pull Blackpool well and truly back into this match.
Well, one looks for this sort of skill from the Italians and not often appreciates it from English footballers, but that was a perfectly laid off ball there and hit tremendously accurately and a wonderful goal.
And I must say that John Craven, for all his work for Blackpool during this match and towards the end of the season when he was given the captaincy, but he's got a just reward there. Certainly, I was just saying, it needed to change the pattern of the game. Well, let's see exactly what it does. Ferrani, number 7. Cresci. Certainly the Italians will have to come out and find their attacking form again. Savoldi, oh, he took that finely on his chest, but it was a little bit high for him when he came to turn on it. But he really took it nicely on the stem of his chest, but it wouldn't come down quite quickly enough. Italian spectator there with the colours of Bologna in his hat. Study. Hutchison. Green moving for it. This is Sudik. Other can play a bit when he's given half a chance. So can Green. Traversi got it away. And if Blackpool can either push up or just hold for the next 10 minutes, it could well be that the game could swing their way, because being English players, they're sure to go for everything. One doesn't always find that true of Italians. Rather, the game could well have swung to the north of England. Hutchison. Craven again on the far post, having to come back a lot for it, still getting in a header. Ain't running to Sudik. Might well have gone in and tried one on the fly. Trying to thread it through, he does to Burns. A little bit lucky Roversi was then. Cresci. 8 is Rizzo. Savoldi wide to the left. Scala. It's a bad ball. You can feel the effect of that goal on the Italian fans, and that could well communicate itself to the Italian players. The free kick to Blackpool. But it's part of the character of the country to be rather easily put out of one's stride. We've heard a lot back at home about the pressure of crowds on players, particularly home teams playing against packed defences. But it works even more so in this country if the Italians either get all square or one down. Craven. Gregori being pressurised all the way by Craven. Coming to Mickey Burns. Goalkeeper got half a touch and the angle was too much for Burns. But little Burns was quick on that. And just listen to the whistle. 25 minutes of the game remaining, and the whole score tied up at 1 each. Free kick given, which Vavassori will take. I think in fact it's wanted to be taken again, the clearance. Sutterby underneath it. Just a powerful header. Blackpool have found half a yard since that goal. Scala. Rizzo. Still these danger men up front, Savoldi and Partke. Savoldi grovelling on his knees. Still, decision is a throw in. There's Partke, number 11, 15 is Bentley, 6 Sutterby. Ferrani. Taking a bit of space from that throw. Rizzo. Scala. Nice play by Scala, but the free kick has been given to Bologna. Scala was given a little bit of a bumpy ride then. And with his arms wide apart is Adam Sadik. Then lining up the shot, or lining up the coverage of the shot. Rizzo has gone back some 10 or 15 yards, but Ferrani takes it. Doesn't take it very well. Don't seem to have a player in this Bologna team who goes for the shot from the free kick situation like that, like Boninsegna does for Inter, or Riva, of course, for Cagliari. This is Sadik. Bentley. Sadik. Craven and Burns up. Hutchison joining them. Bentley, that's what he needs to do more. Craven in there again, and the corner conceded by Cresci. Certainly using the space a bit better on the flanks in this half. From Sadik on this side, and Bentley getting away then on the far side. Green with the corner. Sadik is there, Craven's there, another corner conceded by Janic. That's the Blackpool bench. There's Bob Stoko, Len Graham nearest us, and the corner taken. It's the 13th corner for Blackpool in the match. Hutchison and Bologna certainly at 6s and 7s. But that was wasted. One feels from the way that Bob Stoko was issuing instructions then that he feels that this is the moment for Blackpool to push.
I think the way Sadik and Green have started to influence the game now in midfield has given Blackpool control of the game. And Blackpool are very much on top at the moment.
Here is Sadik to Green. Sadik. Burns and Craven waiting for the cross. Got round the back, that will be a corner, and in fact it goes right over the crossbar with Barasori struggling. At this juncture, the Anglo-Italian Cup is there for Blackpool's winning if they can strike now. Free kick's been given for that challenge. Scala, number 18, leaving it for Francesco Janic. Alcock not standing on any serve, and he's going to get there before Savoldi if he can. There's the Blackpool bench again, all the pointing. The manager, the third at the back, and just to his right there we saw Brian Doyle, the new assistant manager. 20 minutes of the match remaining. Score 1 each. Hutchison for Blackpool. Tony Green. Ainsko just inside him. Threaded it through to Ainsko. Hutchison. Craven out to the right. Got two extra men on the left if he wants them, but he's going on himself. That's a nice ball, but in fact just offside. But the idea was right. The Italians have started to come forward, and the cheers for Mickey Burns. But no doubt that Burns was offside as he ran through there, and the referee finally having words with him. And in fact, he's had his name taken, Mickey Burns, which is a little bit unnecessary, one feels. But I don't suppose it will bother him too much. Savoldi and Alcock, and Alcock certainly pressurising Savoldi more. Ball coming across the field there for Bentley. is what Blackpool might well do more of. You can switch across this defence, especially as their fullbacks tend to move into midfield situations and leave the flanks a bit exposed. This is Gregori, number 6. Sotheby. Neither he nor Alcock was terribly happy about that bounce. Bentley. Taking it down the flank. Now Suddy gets the ball. There was space over on this side, but nobody had moved into it. That part of the ground was rather crowded. Sotheby. Bentley thinking about going. Blackpool have now got 3 in the middle. Craven and Reversi not very happy about that, and neither was Vavasori. Mickey Burns was the black for the chance. "14 corners now against 2, and the score 1 goal each." Alcock is coming up. Bologna have only got Savoldi forward. Blackpool ball. Bentley. Suddy. Corani got in the half tackle. Now Rizzo there. Tony Green. Looking for Craven. Little touch looking for Burns. These two beginning to create a little bit of havoc in the 6-yard box, or the environs thereof. And we've got a substitute warming up, number 19, who's Pasqualini there for Bologna. Amazing how the game has swung Blackpool's way after the tough, the really uphill one. That's a nice ball coming through to Hatton. Could have a go. Tries instead for Burns. Away by Fideli. Suddy. Hutchins. 3 just outside the 6-yard box. Tracy with the clearance. To Ainscough. Bentley, Green. Suddy. Suddy who's pulling all the strings at the moment. Hatton. Wants somebody now to move around the back. Craven won't get a free kick for that. Rizzo for Bologna. Gregori. Got 4 to aim for. Pache trying to get there. Much too long for him. 15 minutes of the match remaining. 15 minutes of normal playing time in this Anglo-Italian Cup Final for Blackpool to snatch the winner. Ainscough to Burns. He withheld a bit and he's got the free kick. It was a good decision, in fact, because although Burns had got away, he'd lost the pace. And Pasqualini, number 19, is coming on for Bologna. Came on as a sub for Pache against Swindon in the qualifying games for this final. At the moment, Bologna have got 12 men on the field. It looks like Scala who's coming off. Scala going to the bench. The substitution of Pasqualini, number 19, for Scala, number 18. Nicely lighted. Toss from this side and trouble the goal. Sun is dipping now to just outside the edge of his 6-yard box. You can see from the shadow when we look on this side. Free kick against Bentley. They're going into the back of Pasqualini. Pasqualini is normally a forward. Immediately playing up to taking on Alcock, setting a throw. I must say, Tony, it's a little surprising really to see an Italian side bring on what looks like a front runner for a midfield player, Scarlett.
Well, this shows the concern that the Bologna side obviously are feeling that they're losing the grip on the game, and they've certainly got to start attacking a little bit more, otherwise they've already conceded the initiative, and Blackpool are certainly pressing hard and look very much likely to score.
This is Suddick. Got Burns across here for the cross. Coming to Mickey Burns, it might well have run better for him. Rizzo's header. Bologna, who after this tournament go to America where they'll play West Ham and the Brazilian side Santos. But Brian Doyle, who pushed the ball back into play there, shows that Blackpool want to get on with it. Brian Doyle, the assistant manager of Blackpool, we've had a look at their bench there. Got a bit of space, Rizzo, but a bad ball from Rizzo. Goal kick. Bologna, as I said, who take on a first division team, West Ham, and the pride of Brazil in Santos, really struggling at this moment against the side who finished at the bottom of the first division last season, but are really playing well at this juncture in the Anglo-Italian Cup Final. They said they were going to have a go, and my heaven, they're having it. The Bologna throw, much to Hutchison's disgust. Janic. Won 6 caps for his country, the last against North Korea. He, like Pirani, suffered that fate, hasn't played for his country since. It's Pirani. Pasqualini. Nice turn, but not a good cross. Vivaldi had started to move for the near post. Having got round his man, Pasqualini didn't pause for the second to look up and see what was on. Peter Sutherland. Suddick. Suddick, who can be an artist in his own right, is enjoying the space that he's had and has been the man at the heart of this Blackpool revival in the second half. Pirani. Sutherland. Ainscote. Certainly giving Green a bit of space there. Coming inside.